So, welcome to another tech video. Today we're going to be going through and changing a CPU fan on this Thinkbook. So this is a 10th gen Core i7, so not sure really why the fan is being a problem at the moment, but the customer says it's really noisy on startup, and we've just tried it, and sounds like potentially there's a broken fin or blade in there, so we're going to be changing it out today. So underneath, I've already removed all of the screws, so you can see them over here. So we've got 4 along the front edge, 3 and 3. They're all the same size, so you haven't got to worry about that. So let's now go ahead and see if we can get into this unit itself. So I've got a spreader. I don't need my Phillips screwdriver anymore, and I think probably going to have a couple of little plastic prizer tabs. Okay, so getting into the unit, looks like the whole of the bottom comes off, so let's see if we can find a suitable place where we can, there we go. So we just go under the centre at the back, just lift it up and you'll hear the tabs pop out, and then once you've done that, that should enable you to find another place. No, so although we've released the back, we want to get in on the front here, and this is a bit trickier to do. So to see if we can just prise it away enough just to get in with our little plastic prizer tool. No, usually over the ports is quite a good place. No. Okay, so let's have a look at the side. Okay, yep, so we can see where we've released the at the back, so we're just going to pop a little prizer tool in there and run that along, and that will release the clips. Sounds pretty bad, but it's just releasing the clips, so that's not a problem. And again, round the edge is the trickiest bit. Okay, there we go. That's the frontal released. Yep, just want to make sure that that comes away cleanly. Okay. And one little clip at the back that seems to be playing up. Okay. And that should now come up, which it does. Right. Okay. So this is the offending article. So let's have a look at that. That seems a little loose, that heat sink. See what else we've got here. All right. Got a bit of a dent in the heat pipe here. I'm not sure where that's from. Let's have a look at that a bit closer. It's almost like it's been bashed or raised up and bent. However, that's all okay. So we've got a thermal pad on those three little chips. Sure, that's not the normal location for it. So let's have a look at the memory. Underneath here is our memory block. Let's pop that up and off. That's a difficult one. Very tight that was. So that's our 16 gig chip in here. I was expecting to have 8, but this is obviously the model that they've gone for. And let's get this cover put back. 16 gig of RAM. Under here should be our Wi-Fi card. Don't really need to peel this up, but let's have a look anyway just to make sure. Yep, that's the Wi-Fi card, and then under here will be the M.2 drive wrapped. I'm not going to peel all this apart. Take my word for it, that's where the drive is. Okay. So now let's have a look at everything else. All looks quite normal, apart from the filthy fan. So let's go ahead and get this fan removed. So on this one, you've got two screws here and one here. You want to make sure that you don't bend the heat pipe. We're just going to take that screw out. That to one side. And then we'll remove all the cables later. Okay, now the first thing we want to do after we've got those screws out of the way, I'm just going to unplug the battery. Get that out. There we go. Quite tricky to get out again. I don't know why it's all been put under the cover, but get up above that. Go, and that's the battery disconnected. I'm going to leave it in place. I'm not going to remove that. The next thing is to see if we can get this out, which seem to be able to do, but we've got to got the thermal heat pipe. There we go, like that. I'm going to remove the cables around there. This is the aerial cable. Lift that over the top there as well. Okay, and we can see that our little CPU fan connects in here. So I'm presuming this is worn out just because of the amount of use it's had. So we're just going to wipe that excess dust away. And then we're going to see if we've got a replacement. So our replacement is perfect. The same. So let's now get our fan positioned into place, making sure that we don't trap any of our cables. A heat pipe, as I'm still not happy with that heat pipe. That heat pipe is really rising it up. I presume it may have already had a replacement fan at some stage, but anyway, let's go ahead and get this tiny little connector installed. I can hardly see it, so okay, there we go. That's the fan plugged in, and we get our screws. Now route our cables, so they go under there into this tray. So, under there like that, across the top here, around the corner, and again over the top there like that. Go. Okay, so while we've got that open, let's give that a brush out. So before we put the cover back on, now we've routed the cables, we just want to pop our second fan screw in, like that. Okay, so that heat pipe is now in the right place. That looks better than it did previously. Okay, so now once that's done, we can get our battery reconnected. Okay. And then we can get our lid. I think first of all, just going to open the laptop power it on, make sure that the fan spins up, which it does. There you go. And then we can go ahead and reassemble everything. I think what I'm going to do is just give this a quick brush out as well on the grill. That looks good, much better. And then the reassembly is just get your cover back on and then clip round the front, clip round the sides, make sure the back all clips in, and then just check these two corners. That's it. And that's all there is to it. And then it's just a matter of getting the screws back in. And then once we've got the device all back together, just lay it down. We always give the screen a good clean. And for cleaning the screen, we have never had a problem using just a basic antibacterial wipe and then some standard kitchen roll to take the excess off. And then once we've done that, we go around with a soft cloth just to remove any stubborn marks that you might see or any residue that's left over. Once we've done that, we will give the keyboard a bit of a clean. This is obviously well used. Just avoid the power button so you don't accidentally switch it on while you're cleaning it. There we go. And then the outside. And there we go. So if you found that video useful, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I just want to say thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.